let's dig into archetypes, roles, and the big meat of this is projects. So we're going to create a list of projects underneath each of the jobs that we have put onto our resume so that we can train the LLM to do all the things related to bullet points, future stuff in related to tailoring your resume, and yeah, cover letter, like you name it. But we need to feed in information. We have to give it something. So first, we have to agree on what projects are. I've already highlighted that. It's activities that you participated in as a individual or group work. It has a process, start, middle, and end. It's broken up into tasks and subtasks. It's usually one time or ongoing, and then it's usually supposed to be focused on some type of deliverables. Every company has different types of projects. Every role has different projects. So I think it's just a really important, nice thing to briefly go into what archetypes are and what roles are. So archetypes are the function within the company. So these are a number of different departments. As a marketer, I fit into leadership. I've done some work within sales, and I've also done some work within marketing. So either way, I kind of fit into a number of these. Now, there are many roles in every department. Every company is different, so it's not going to be easy to necessarily have a one-for-one match. But this should help to inspire you if you can't figure out exactly where you fit into the organization. So I would say that I'm a blend of a growth hacker, certainly a marketing strategist, a product. I've literally done all of these. I would say that it is super valuable to go through and just look at the types of primary projects, any certifications that exist. Eventually, you will develop a list of skills that can be inserted into the resume, often should be. Portfolio items, all this stuff comes later. I think the area that we really should focus on right now is the types of tasks that are inside of the entry level, intermediate, and advanced. So this should start to kind of get your brain thinking of what did I do in my previous job? And that will give us some inspiration to move forward into the next part of this brief, which is further down. It's basically adding 2 to 3 projects under each role. Now, I want us to have way more potential projects to work with. So what I've done is created a example of a finished version, and I'd like us to use ChatGPT or whatever your favorite LLM is. I'm going to use DeepSeek in this in order to generate a ton of projects underneath each role. So let's jump around a little bit. Bear with me here. So I have a version of my resume that basically is just what came out of the table to CV thing that we did. And I have projects underneath each of my jobs. So I want to use the prompt in order to generate a ton of projects that then I can choose which ones are the most relevant for me. So I'm going to paste this particular job in here, and I'm going to open up that prompt that I just showed you. So we got to go a little further down. Boom. So this prompt, again, will allow us to take specific items from that job and hopefully build a nice little list of projects that we've been a part of so that we can train the LLMs to give us nicer amounts of information that we can plug in as bullet points and all these other things. So great. I'm going to copy all this, paste the prompt into your favorite LLM. Oddly enough, what I didn't show here was me copying and pasting the individual job information one company at a time. That's the role, the company, and the bullet points. All right, and go. It's now generating the list of themes or types of projects for that particular role. Great. Now I have an output that I can work with. This is breaking down the project, skill, category, or theme. I'm getting the subcategory or the type of work that was related. It's gauging the skill level, whether it is basic, advanced, intermediate. I don't know why I did that out of order. And then just a bit of a project overview of the work. Now it's crafting these in the form of bullet points, which is fine. I can adjust to make sure that I'm just getting a very detailed description of what's happening. But luckily, I've added on to this prompt. So let's see what the next part of this prompt is asking me to do. So lists of projects. You are building a bunch of lists of projects that you've completed in short form. When I give you the project type, breakdown 10 subtasks that are going into taking that project from idea to completion, output format, project, task, only capitalize the first letters of each task, formatting stuff. Yeah, and requirements make sense. Cool. So I am going to do that now. So let's jump back, and let's say that the one that I really like out of the mix was outbound automation strategy. I have spent a crazy amount of my career doing that. Due to technical issues, the service is temporarily unavailable. That's a small kind of uh, output, but I'll take it. It's not my favorite, so I am gonna drop it like it's hot right there. I use Control Shift V. I'm a PC user, not a Mac guy, but great. So I at least have a breakdown of some of that stuff. Is it perfect? Not necessarily, but it gives me something to build up from. So I am going to take the next one and let's say customer retention program, market expansion strategy. Great. Do this for all of the following. So you can see what I'm doing is taking what DeepSeek has put together based off of what I actually have done and picking and choosing the projects that are going to give me more than likely the most accurate portrayal of the work that I've done. Good. So this is a pretty accurate portrayal of the individual tasks that went into a lot of the work, the big themed projects. So these are the theme projects and the individual tasks. Again, this will be the basis for what I build out, Control Shift V, what I build out in bullet points, but it really helps to have some substantial information that is accurate to the role so I can build those bullet points super accurately. This is for one job. I could probably add more onto that, but I could move on to the next one. You need to do that for yourself and the previous jobs that you've had. I know this seems like busy work, but ultimately it has to be done, and it will allow you to develop stronger bullet points in the future, and of course, different elements of your resume that are super helpful. So I hope this makes sense from the standpoint of either constructing them manually, which I don't recommend, or building them using the prompt that I've given you. And those big project lists will be condensed down into bullet points over the next activities.